Hello, before we introduce ourselves, I would like to first present the topic of our presentation today, Normalizing Mental Health, Anxiety. Below is our Instagram handle, and in the bottom right corner is our Instagram account logo.
Hello, my name is Noor Rana, and I'm a junior attending Rouse High School.
And my name is Ashley Kim, and I'm also a junior attending Rouse High School. We gave out a pre-survey at this stage to see what our audience already knew before we continued. We will share the results in the later part of the presentation.
Our table of contents consists of 8 topics that we will discuss throughout this presentation, starting with the conversation about mental health, then moving on to normalizing mental health and its importance. Then we will give an example of mental health we wanted to deep dive into, anxiety. Anxiety is very common among teenagers, and this was an example that we used for our audience, teenagers, to be able to relate throughout this presentation. Next, we will discuss the certificate we earned, Be Their Certificate. Then we will elaborate on We Are Together, which discusses the statistics and emphasizes how anxiety is common and it is okay to ask for help. Following this, the risk and protective factors. Additionally, a how-to guide on normalizing mental health and the effectiveness of our campaign. And lastly, what our next steps are.
Now, what exactly is mental health? Now, mental health has been a serious issue for people, yet there's not enough awareness between individuals regarding mental health. When the term health is mentioned, people tend to focus only on physical health issues such as disease, injury, or etc. Mental health is often overlooked as a legitimate health category. This was a fact that caught our attention the most, and we realized how there were no effective solutions being made to change the view on mental health. This inspired us on how our presentation should be shaped and helped us focus on the delivery of our message.
Understanding one's mental health is important for several reasons. Personal well-being. Mental health is a critical aspect of overall health and well-being. By understanding one's mental health, individuals can identify any symptoms of mental illness or distress and seek the appropriate help and support needed to manage their condition effectively. Improve relationships. Understanding one's mental health can also help individuals communicate more effectively with loved ones, colleagues, and friends. This can lead to improved relationships and a better understanding of the challenges that individuals may face. Improve productivity. Mental health issues can impact an individual's ability to focus, work, and complete daily tasks. By understanding one's mental health, individuals can learn strategies to manage their symptoms, which can help them be more productive and successful in their personal and professional lives. Reduce stigma. Unfortunately, mental health conditions still carry a significant amount of stigma in many societies. By understanding one's mental health, individuals can help reduce the stigma by being open and honest about their experiences, which can encourage others to do the same. Prevention. Understanding one's mental health can help individuals recognize the early warning signs of mental health conditions, which can lead to early intervention and prevention of more serious mental health issues. Overall, one's mental health is essential for maintaining good mental health.
Normalizing mental health and its importance.
Your mental health is just as important as anyone else's. When helping someone else, make sure you put yourself first too. If you are struggling and you want to help a friend, you are not in the right place or mindset to share their stress with yourself. If you truly want to help a friend, guide them towards the right direction while keeping yourself in check as well.
Now, we decided to use a specific example of what is the most common type of mental health, and it's anxiety. But why? We chose anxiety because our mission is to raise awareness on mental disorders and symptoms that are from anxiety, and again, to educate our audience about what mental health really is. As we investigate and communicate, we also learn in depth about anxiety and mental health overall. We become more proficient at empowering teenagers to be able to recognize when to ask for help or when someone needs it. We aim to reduce the amount of teenagers struggling with anxiety by increasing the protective factors, how to take advantage of anxiety, and how it can help rather than harm. Now, Mrs. Atkinson, a guidance counselor at our high school, evaluated us as a team. Some key takeaways that she praised was our preparedness, clear mindset with definite purpose, application ability, and constant inclusion, as well as acceptance of her suggestions throughout the presentation. We kept her up to date about everything we did regarding this project for another perspective to have constantly. We made sure that our information was reaching the right audience with her help, as she also helped keep us on track. Through Mrs. Atkinson, we got our principal involved and made this a school-wide awareness project.
Now we will move on to the Be There certificate and the key points that we have learned throughout this experience in earning the certification.
First of all, Be There certification is essential for us to earn credibility that allows us to provide credible information and also allows the audience to trust us. The Be There certification gave us insights on the topic called mental health and how the responses must be shaped as well as practical implementations.
The golden rules were the key points that we learned while earning the Be There certificate. This is what we, I mean as in everyone around the world, must do to help normalizing mental health. 1. Say what you see. If you are noticing changes in their behavior, tell them and be honest about it. Do not try to cover it up. Helping them learn or recognize earlier that there is something wrong with them, rather than telling them later, can get them the help that they need sooner. 2. Show you care. Actions speak louder than words. If you want to offer help to them, make sure you are in the moment and not getting distracted somewhere else. Give them the attention that you want to give them and the amount that they need. 3. Hear them out. The conversation is about them, not you. The goal is to empathize with them. They are the ones struggling through mental health, and being with them and listening to them is more important during this time rather than sharing your own experiences.
4. Know your role. Don't fix, don't preach, just be there. You do not have to have a professional degree, nor are you a therapist or a doctor. You are their friend. Be there for support and some advice, but do not tell them what to do since they should be taking professional opinions rather than the facts that you may think you know. 5. Connect to help. Offer them the right help they need. Ask them to go see a specialist or to go talk to an adult to help them beat their mental obstacles. Do it kindly, but make sure you get the message that you care about them across.
Next is what we really want to say. You can trust us since we have their certificates. We are together. Do not feel out of place for struggling with mental health. As we mentioned earlier, anxiety is one of the most common issues that people in present society deal with.
Anxiety can target any person at any age. It is not weird nor abnormal. It is one thing that must be normalized in contemporary society. Here is one of the lessons we posted on our Instagram page. It says that World Health Organization has identified anxiety as most prevalent emotional disorder among both younger and older adolescents. According to WHO, an anxiety disorder is experienced by about 3.6% of 10 to 14 years of age and 4.6% of 15 to 19 years.
To continue, these are the risk and protective factors from our campaign, which are seen as the most essential part of our overall research. To start off, you can see that certain bullet points are bolded. These are the ones that we focused our research on and created lessons about them in great detail for separate Instagram posts to provide precise information. So what are risk factors? These are characteristics or exposures that increase the likelihood of a person developing a disease or health disorder. Knowing this, some risk factors for anxiety include social issues, grades and peer pressure, low self-esteem, mental health disorders, and substance abuse. And here, I want to emphasize the fact that the teen population is often vulnerable to these mentioned risk factors, and we'll elaborate more on later upcoming sections.
So, the previous slide talked about risk factors. Then what are protective factors? These are characteristics that are associated with helping reduce, stop, or lower the likelihood of a risk factor's impact or its negative outcomes or results. Knowing this, some protective factors of anxiety are emotional self-regulation and positive self-esteem. We have included a how-to guide or just some advice on how we can normalize mental health, specifically in teens.
Mental health is just as important as physical health. It's time to start prioritizing your mental health and make it a normalized part of your daily routine. In this guide, we will explore various ways to normalize mental health, including taking breaks between activities, journaling, disconnecting from social media, practicing mindfulness, getting proper sleep, staying active, eating healthily, and having personal time for yourself.
Taking breaks between activities. Taking regular breaks between activities can help reduce stress and increase productivity. Taking a few minutes to stretch, meditate, or simply breathe can help you recharge and stay focused throughout the day.
Journaling your thoughts. Journaling can be a powerful tool for self-reflection and stress relief. By putting your thoughts on paper, you can gain clarity, process emotions, and gain insight into your mental state.
Taking breaks from all social media platforms. Social media can be overwhelming and it's easy to get caught up in the endless stream of content. Taking breaks from social media can help you stay present, reduce stress, and avoid comparing yourself to others.
Practicing mindfulness. Meditation, yoga, and other mindfulness practices can help you stay grounded and reduce stress. By focusing on the present moment, you can improve your mental clarity and overall well-being.
Getting proper sleep. Sleep is crucial for good mental health. A proper sleep schedule can help regulate your mood, increase your energy levels, and reduce stress.
Staying active. Exercise is an effective way to boost your mood, reduce stress, and increase energy levels. Even a short walk can help you clear your mind and improve your mental health.
Eating healthy. Eating a healthy diet can have a significant impact on your mental health. By consuming nutritious foods, you can improve your mood, energy levels, and cognitive function.
Having personal time for yourself. Having personal time for yourself is critical for maintaining good mental health. Whether it's reading a book, taking a bath, or simply enjoying some quiet time, having personal time can help you relax and recharge.
And if you notice, most of these protective factors are very easy to follow and can be performed within a short period of time. The ways to deal with anxiety can be done by yourself anywhere, including your own home, which only gives us more reason to normalize anxiety. Anxiety is a very common mental illness, but the ways to heal it are also common. Therefore, mental health is something that should be normalized where anyone can struggle with it and anyone can confront it.
Now we will discuss the effectiveness of our campaign and our presentation. We presented this to a live audience on Zoom, which included of 13 participants, including our HOSA advisor. We sent out a pre-survey before we started teaching the presentation to see how much our audience already knew. And then we sent out a post-survey after presenting that we used to compare results between the pre-survey and the post-survey. The results and the pre-survey and post-survey forms will be shown in the upcoming slides.
This is the picture of our presentation on live, and we mostly targeted teenagers for our presentation. We did this because teenagers suffer from anxiety the most than any other age group. Through our presentation, we raised awareness on the exact and correct definition of mental health and emphasized on the fact that they are not alone. This would allow them to learn that it is completely normal to show their struggles and ask for help, proving the key point of why normalizing mental health is necessary. Before we started our presentation, there was a 7-question pre-survey that allowed the audience to test your knowledge regarding mental health and understand the motivation beyond our presentation, which was normalizing mental health. Now, if you look at the images, while 100% of all participants had the correct idea of a mental health, many did not know any specific details regarding anxiety and the effect of the normalization of mental health. Only 55% of our participants scored every question correct. Many were aware of what triggered anxiety and what could help dealing with it, but they missed the extent of what the risk factors could be, such as family and friends. There are factors that seem positive, but they can be fatal to developing mental health disorders.
After we finished presenting, there was a 10-question post-survey that allowed the audience to test their knowledge and allowed us to compare results from the pre-survey with the post-survey to see how much they learned throughout this presentation. The images in the slide show a significant change in participants. More questions were answered correctly in the post-survey than the pre-survey. This indicates that our presentation raised awareness on mental health while the participants earned more knowledge on how to deal with mental health issues. This would encourage them to change their perception and embrace the idea of mental health and take necessary steps for improvement in how society depicts mental health.
So, what are our next steps? The purpose of our Instagram was to act as a form of portfolio or a stationary platform where the general public, not only just people who were present in our presentation, can gain access to the information below on how to normalize mental health. In this case, this shows us that we're going out of our way to present the information not only for HOSA but actually for the public. We used Canva to design the post and our social media platform was Instagram.
Our focus is to hone more in on teenagers since they are our target audience, and to come up with a relief plan full of advice. Well, how do we want to improve exactly? We want to promote our posts. Instagram offers boosting posts, and we may invest some money into that option. We also believe that we can collaborate with local groups or organizations to spread our message across even more. My uncle runs a few organizations, and I've gotten in touch with him. We will be presenting our campaign ideas to the administration of his organizations from the UK, India, and the US. This will also lead us to present to famous colleges and universities such as IIT in India and other universities from the UK. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to us.
Our cover page and summary of evaluation is submitted on Tallo.